So this video is going to look at how emotion affects our perception. Now before we start, we've got to define what perceptual set is, because this word is on your specification. And perceptual set is our tendency to notice certain things in the environment whilst ignoring others. We see what we want to see, or we hear what we want to hear in different situations. And emotions can definitely affect what you pay attention to and what you do not pay attention to. And that's what this video is going to explore a bit further. But before we start, we've got to define what emotions are. And emotions are strong feelings or moods that drive an individual to behave in a certain way. So some research shows that we're more likely to notice things we see as exciting or interesting. And other studies shows it takes us longer to perceive things we see as unpleasant. So we're going to look at this study, McGinney's study, and the aim of this study was to find out if things that cause us anxiety are less likely to be noticed than things that bring about no emotion whatsoever. So in order to conduct this study, this is what they did. The participants were shown a series of words that flashed up on a screen. Some words were neutral, they caused no emotional reaction whatsoever. Words like apple, dance, they don't bring about any emotions. Some other words were more offensive, like the word bitch. And each word presented one at a time, and the participants had to say it as loud as they could as soon as they recognised it. Now they also did one additional thing in this study. They measured the participants' emotional arousal, so how much anxiety they were feeling. And they used little electrodes on their skin to measure the electrical charges on the skin surface, because that gives us an indication of emotional arousal. Now what they found was that participants took longer to recognise the offensive words. And the offensive words caused much bigger changes in the electrical charges on their skin than the neutral words. So what do we learn from this study? Well, emotion is a factor in perceptual set. And the higher the anxiety associated with words, the slower we were to recognise it. So those words that cause us more anxiety take us longer to actually recognise. So our brains block out the information if it's offensive, even if it is only for a moment or fractions of a second. And McGinney's called this a perceptual defence.